It's Ollie again. Been a couple of weeks. Just thought I'd talk about how everything is bad for you. But only the things that the government says is bad. You know, if it's bad for you, but the government says okay, then it's okay. You know, this big thing about cigarette smoke, secondary smoke. Yeah, smoking's not good. Certainly not the worst thing. Not at all. You know, Hitler was anti-tobacco. He was an anti-tobacco vegan. Adolf Hitler. What else did Hitler bring in? Fluoridated water. That's right. Adolf Hitler fluoridated the water supply in the concentration camps. Yep. Who else? Stalin in the gulags, he fluoridated his water because it makes you docile, more willing to accept your position, your situation, less likely to rebel. Because what it actually does is the fluoride in the water, it actually, when it enters the digestive tract and interacts with the bacteria that are inside your digestive system, there's like an exchange of gases, and it actually changes the gases, and it actually turns into a type of Prozac. So you've been given an antidepressant without realizing it. I say, oh, it's good for your teeth. Sunscreen's good for your skin, apparently. Stops skin cancer, but could you imagine drinking it? No, you wouldn't drink sunscreen. But here we are, drinking a toxic substance. You know, and it's not sodium fluoride that they're adding to the drinking water supply, especially in Australia. It's not sodium fluoride, it's not the fluoride that's in your toothpaste, it's fluoride that comes in a form called hexafluorosilicic acid. Now, I'm not a chemist, I don't know its chemical makeup. That doesn't sound very good to be consuming. It comes in a powder form from China. It's a byproduct of the phosphate fertilizer industry. It contains trace elements of cadmium, mercury, and arsenic. And they add it to the public drinking water supply, and you bathe in it as well. You know, it says on toothpaste, do not swallow, but your town water, you can drink it. Doesn't make sense. They contradict themselves. So in one sense, you know, drink it in the tap water. And who's measuring the dose every day? We all drink varied amounts of water. It's in all the processed foods, because they use water to make processed foods. All your dry foods, crackers, biscuits, probably all your alcohols. It's a neurotoxin. It's one of the main ingredients is in rat poison. But cigarettes is the number one thing they want you to focus on. Oh, smoking's bad. They're poisoning you. They're poisoning everybody. Telling you it's good for your teeth. I grew up without fluoride. I don't have one filling. And I'm 38. Avoided fluoride my whole life. So my grandfather, my dad's dad, he saw the gulags firsthand. He was fluent in Russian, fluent in 5 languages or something. So he's seen the gulags firsthand. He said, look, he told my dad, you know, avoid fluoride as much as you can, avoid it. You know, so my dad spent most of his life avoiding fluoride, not using fluoride toothpaste. And then he passed that on to me. And he's 69, nearly 70, and doesn't have any fillings. He's never used fluoride. It also, the other thing about fluoride, it actually makes you more susceptible to absorbing aluminium by up to 600%. And the aluminium actually attaches itself to your nervous system, the brain. This thing, the thing that's in here. And that's not good, because that's contributing to dementia and Alzheimer's. But tobacco's or cigarettes, that's the worst thing. And then there's, you know, we're all eating plastic. Did you know that? Every week, every Australian ingests up to a credit card worth of plastic every week. It's in all the foods. We're all eating it. You can't escape it. You can't get out of it. There's no getting out of it. We're all eating it. But we don't talk about that. We don't talk about the fact we're eating plastic. You know what's the leading cause of death? If they're really worried about killing people, you know, everything's bad for you, it's a suicide. Suicide's the leading cause of death. But they'll focus on the tobacco. You know, Hitler was against eating meat. He was anti-tobacco. He was against basically general public having firearms. So it makes, you know, at what point do we go, look, we loved Adolf Hitler's policies. We loved them. We loved them so much that we've implemented them into our modern societies. Because he's the granddaddy of all these new regulations that have come in the last 20, 30 years and beyond. Adolf Hitler's the granddaddy. So we hated him. We just hated him, so it was a personal thing against Adolf Hitler himself. It wasn't his policies that were wrong, because the whole world loves his policies. Socialised medicine, socialised childcare, you know, free medical, socialised medicine, anti-tobacco, vegan, Yeah, all these things that have come in, you know, so we didn't like him, but we love his policies. The West loves Adolf Hitler's policies. They can try and say, oh, no, it's about public health. No, it's not. It's about control. And on top of that, you got 5G. It's a military weapon. It's a military weapon. That's what it's for. And all of these radio waves actually interact with our body and our mind, nervous system and everything. Because that's what our, 97% of our genetic function is to act as a bioacoustic, bioelectric transmitter. So they call that junk DNA, but it's actually what we are, in the core of what we are. Okay? We're a living transmitter that is basically designed to send and receive signals at a certain frequency, and it's a light frequency, because if it wasn't made of light, we wouldn't be able to see it. So we're all made of light. Okay, we're all made of light, and we've got all these things that are trying to dampen that light. That's the truth. I mean, what's happened, there's something like 50 million abortions in the last few decades. So killing people is fine. That's okay. So people talk about Pol Pot, Idi Amin, Adolf Hitler, Stalin. Yeah, they were bad dudes, but 50 million abortions. Yeah. It's not good. Anyway, that's enough of a rant. Something to think about. Just think about that. Every time you're drinking water, it's got toxic substances added to it. It's not for your benefit. 100% not for your benefit. If anything, it's there to harm you and damage you on purpose. That's the truth. Catch you later.